Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sessions with Sonia, episode 11. Today, and I'm your host, LaSonia. How can I forget about me? Today I'm here with a dear friend of my husband and myself, Mr. Robin J. Anderson.
Hello. How you doing?
He is a community ambassador, and he's the father of four. And if I tell y'all guys, he's the man with the plan. He loves Acres Home, and he does so much for the community. And in my short time of knowing Mr. Robin, I've come to know how much he loved his people, how much he loved community, how much he loved advocating and helping us, and to just kind of pay homage. And it is February. It is Black History Month, even though we celebrate our history every month.
Right.
Every day. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But, we want to highlight some very special people who he's really close to. And so I brought him on to tell us a little bit about him and what he's doing for the community. Some special people that we wanted to honor, some Houston's Black political legacy, people like, and the power inherited from the leaders like Barbara Jordan, Mickey Leland, Craig Washington. We can't forget about Sheila Jackson Lee, Sylvester Turner, Lee Brown, and Judon Boney.
Yeah.
Yes. So, guys, he's here to tell us a little bit about these people and what he's doing in the community. And we're going to also touch a little bit about the tree lighting.
Okay, some tree lighting,
Yes. And why you started doing that, or how did that come about? Okay.
Well, how much time we have?
So let's highlight and honor these people who have such a legacy here. And who would you like to talk about first?
I think the first person that I would like to talk about mainly is Barbara Jordan.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about Barbara Jordan, but she did sit in the seat, the Congressional District 18 seat, who was, when she vacated, it was Mickey Leland. And from Mickey Leland, it went to Craig Washington. And then from Craig Washington went to Sheila Jackson Lee, who we all know sat in that seat for a while until she passed away. And then the Honorable Sylvester Turner, he sat in that seat for about, I think, not even 6 months, and then he passed away. And then now we have Christian Menifee.
Okay, now I really want to know all that I can know. Because as you know, I'm not a Houstonian. I'm originally from a little town outside of Shreveport, Louisiana called Gloucester, G-Town on the map.
Okay.
And so I'm a little small town country girl.
All right.
However, I love community service as well. I do a lot for my community as well. And I want to do more.
Okay.
And so I want to learn my roots.
I got you.
And my husband told me from the start that you were definitely the person
that
I needed to know. Seriously, Robin.
Wow,
he was
really?
like, remember
Wow.
when?
Yeah.
He was like, he's like, I need to introduce you to Robin. He's doing a lot, and I think that, he would be you would be a great asset to him, and he would be a great asset to you.
Right, and I appreciate that too, because a lot of people who do a lot of community work, they're not really giving their flowers while they're here, for lack of a better word, and so, but I got my start early on. My mother, she would take me to like these senior citizens homes during the holidays, and well, not a holiday, but on Halloween, we had went over there, and they had the senior citizens sitting in their doorways of their room, and it's passing out candy to kids walking down the hallway.
Okay.
And at one point, I'm like, man, Mama, why are we up in here? And so when I thought about it, it's just because it was community driven, because you don't want to forget about the seniors.
That's right.
And it was a bridge.
As we often do.
Right, we do. And so it was a bridge between the generations to still interact with each other and whatnot. And so that's how I got my first start and really recognize what community is.
Okay.
And so. But yeah, it's and I guess it's embedded in me. I mean, I don't know anything else what to not do, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Okay. So like I said, I want to highlight the leaders who shaped the civic power. I want to examine and talk about the voting strength in historic communities like Acres Home, and discuss the responsibility of the inherited influence.
Gotcha.
Because guess what? That's us now.
That
That's
is,
you.
it is. You're right. You're right.
Let's start with you say Barbara Jordan.
Yeah, Barbara Jordan. She was, if I'm not mistaken, she was the first. No, okay, I'm not going to say that because I didn't do a lot of history on Barbara Jordan. I started becoming more aware of that seat when Mickey Leland took it.
And when you say seat, what seat is that?
The Congressional District 18
Okay.
seat. Yeah, that's in
Okay.
Congress or whatnot.
Okay.
And but Mickey Leland stood out to me because he was the first person that I knew, first Congressperson I knew that did advocacy across the seas. He went to Ethiopia and was
Yeah, he's known
rendering
for
aid.
the underserved community.
He was rendering aid, and so he lost his life by trying to render aid over there or whatnot. And so that's how. So when he passed away,
And how long ago was that?
oh my goodness, that was in the mid 80s, I want to
Okay.
say. Yeah,
Okay.
mid 80s, yeah. 82, 83, somewhere up in there. My mind slipped me. But so when he left, when he passed away, then that's when Craig Washington took over. And Craig Washington, he was in the state senate at one point in time in Austin.
Okay.
And right, so he sat there for a little while, and then that's when Sheila Jackson Lee ran against him or whatnot, and then she won. So
Now I've heard her name several times.
She
She was a force to be reckoned with.
she
It was a
was
phenomenal woman.
She was. She started out in city council at first. She was in city council, and then she ran for that seat for Congress. And so yeah.
Why is it important that people like me and other people who are listening, and the young people, the older people, know and learn about these, prestigious people who
Right.
in the community?
Because they sacrifice so much. Because the one thing that this one guy told me a little while ago, his name was Roy Malone son. He created the African American Chamber of Commerce and whatnot, right? Excuse me. He said there's two things you can control: where you spend your money and who you vote for.
I like that.
You know what I mean? And that spoke volumes because for one, when you shop somewhere, your money is powerful.
I know,
you know
we
what
hear a lot about the black dollar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it used to circulate at least 20, 30 times in our community, especially like it was home. It was self-sufficient at one point in time. But when
You say Acres Home?
it was.
Tell me what all Acres Home had to offer, and like what time frame are we talking about?
So this had to be like around so Acres Home was actually established in like the early 1900s or whatnot. They say some German brothers bought some land, and then when people started kind of migrating from the north to the south, they came over there and they bought land in acres or whatnot. That's why I call it Acres Home.
Okay.
And so from what I understand, it was self-sufficient. They had their own bus service. They had their own, everything, grocery stores, cleaners.
Okay.
I mean, you had to leave the community for nothing.
I like that.
You know what I mean? But
Kind of like what they call the Black Wall Street.
Black Wall
maybe?
Street, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And it was at one point in time, it was the largest black community in the state of Texas.
Wow.
Well, really, United States at one point in time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but Acres Home, but unfortunately, when the mid '80s hit and that drug called crack that came through our community, it tore it up.
Wow.
Yeah, it tore it up or whatnot. So, but to me, I really feel like that it can get back to that. It really can. But we had to put incubators in our community, like I just want to say black, but business in our community where the money can circulate or whatnot. And so when you start having economic development, that's when infrastructure comes. Because now you got to have roads, you got to have things for where people can travel in and out and not have any kind of issues.
And to create jobs as well.
And create jobs. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. We talked about Sheila Jackson Lee, Mr. Sylvester Turner.
Oh wow! So Mr. Turner, I knew him quite well.
Yes.
He was very, very, very. I mean, he was proud of Acres Home. And if you
Yes,
ask him,
yes.
he would always sound from the 44. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
And the 44.
Now, where did that name come
I was
from?
good about to tell you.
Okay,
So
okay.
44 is the bus line that drives through Acres Home.
Okay.
And so it's called the 44 Acres Home. So they say
Okay.
44. That's where it came from.
Yes, because I was all back home and say, I go to church in the fofo.
Yeah.
And don't even, not even knowing what it means. Just trying to fit
What church do you
in.
attend?
Starlight. Starlight Church. Pastor Jason F. Meacham.
Yeah, Meacham. Yeah, I know.
Yes,
Yeah.
phenomenal guy.
He is.
Phenomenal
he is.
church. We do a lot for the community. It is absolutely amazing. Yes.
You know, when I ran for office in 2019, I visited that church and whatnot,
Okay.
and he actually prayed over me. I was surprised.
Oh, yes.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Yes.
I like Meacham. Good guy.
Yes, he is. He is, and he loves the youth, and he does a lot for the community.
He does. Yeah, he
Yes,
does. Yeah. You know
absolutely.
Miss Janice Weaver?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
she worked for Turner
yes.
for a long time.
Yes, Miss Janice's daughter,
John Marie.
Jocelyn. Well,
I know Jocelyn.
Yeah,
I know
John Marie.
Jocelyn. Uh-huh.
I know John Marie, but Jocelyn and I are very good friends.
Wow, small world.
Yes,
Small world.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
ask about me.
I will. She's watching. Tell her, hey.
Hey,
She's
what's
gonna
up,
be watching.
Jocelyn?
Hey,
Yeah.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, that's my homie, man.
Yes.
She was kind of look out for me in certain events and whatnot, man. So,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Good deal.
Yeah, she's
Good
very
deal.
nice,
And
yeah.
her family is phenomenal. I didn't know him well,
Her father.
but Deacon Weaver, he hadn't been too long ago passed away.
Yeah, I went to his funeral. Yeah.
Yes.
He's part of my Grand Lodge, so
Okay.
I'm familiar with him.
Okay, good deal, good deal. I know we can say so much about Mr. Turner. What do you think his biggest impact was?
His biggest impact. Let me see. I think when he his persistence. When he actually he was state representative, the seat I actually ran for when you and I had met.
Okay.
He sat in the seat for 20 some odd years, right? And so, but he had ran for mayor 3 times. So at that third time when he won, it's like that's why people they really love his persistence and what
Yeah.
he did and whatnot. So he's definitely a political figure that helped navigate a lot of political careers and a lot people. Anybody that's in politics can't say some way Sylvester Turner has helped guide them in some kind of way.
Yes.
If they say that he did, they tell the story.
Tell me what he did for you.
I watched from afar. You know, I watched from afar, and when I first kind of really got involved in like community stuff, I was self-employed, so I was able to kind of move around a whole lot. Right. So long story short, I was at MC Williams in Acres Home.
Okay.
And so anyway, everywhere he showed up, I was showing up, and so. One day he saw me again. So he said, "Man, are you running for office?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm just here trying to help out." He said, I don't know, because what happens when a person runs for office, they try to be everywhere. You know what I mean, and get some content and whatnot.
Right.
So, but I was just doing it out the kindness of my heart.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So
A community ambassador, like you said.
Right.
Showing up. Even when the camera's not on.
Even when the camera's not on. That's
You're
right.
there. I love that.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
So let's talk about Lee Brown. Tell me about Lee Brown.
Right. So I was aware of Lee Brown when he was the police chief in Atlanta. He was the head police chief, and then he came to Houston. It was the first black mayor and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to meet him until I want to say it was 2015.
Okay.
And how I met him, I was actually volunteering for Judon Boney, his campaign. He was running for comptroller for Houston and whatnot, and that's when I met him.
So what did they do for Houston? Like what, tell me their significance.
I mean, but just being,
other than being, of course, the first.
black mayor. I mean, back
That's a
then,
title, though.
yeah,
Like
the title. It was. I wasn't really involved in politics to know exactly what Lee Brown did, but just to see a person that looked like you, that's
Of
actually
color.
of color, right?
like
That's over
that.
a whole, the fourth largest, city. In
Yes.
America, whatnot. So it just kind of make you want to stick your chest out a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I
And
like
just walk
that.
with a little bit of pride.
And I
you know what
agree.
mean?
I agree. Kind of like how we felt, I guess, when Barack Obama
Yes.
became the first African American president.
Do you know where you were when he won?
Oh my goodness. I do not remember perimenopause. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know my listeners are so sick
Right.
of hearing about perimenopause.
Oh wow.
I can't really remember.
No.
But I mean, I remember, but I don't remember where I was.
Where he was, yeah. But it was just that feeling when they announced that he won. It was a oneness that everybody, and I don't care who you were, everybody was just embracing each other. You know what I mean? So it was a good feel.
Yeah, I like that. And what about this Judon Boney?
Wow. So Judon actually sat on city council while Mayor Lee Brown was there.
Okay.
And he was in 3rd Ward. was a person like myself, did a lot of community work first, and then got into politics and whatnot. And but was very radical back then, you know. But when he got to city council, you kind of have to kind of tone down a little bit, you know. But he did a lot for Third Ward. He was the one that kind of helped shape, get their first building. He was with the NBUF, and NBUF is National Black United Front.
Okay.
He helped them. Just a lot, man. And this is the only person I know that's in my circle that actually has a picture with Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
Yeah, same thing I said.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, same thing I said. Yeah,
Okay.
so, but he's one of my mentors, man. He still calls me to this day, you know, so shout out to Judon. I don't know if you watch this or not, but yeah.
Do you think it's possible that I could one day meet him?
You probably have to go to him.
Okay,
Yeah, because
yes.
he don't do a lot of traveling that much anymore,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. How old is he?
Oh my goodness, Judon has to be mid to late 70s, I think. I'm
Oh,
not too sure.
wow.
Yeah.
I bet you he can tell us some stories.
He could. Yeah, he really
Yes.
could. Yeah. So, I mean, just to sit back and hear, because matter of fact, Mickey Leland helped to bring him in or whatnot. Mickey Leland was kind of like that person. He ushered in the Rodney Ellises, the Sylvesters. I mean, everybody around that time, Mickey Leland, he helped orchestrate getting everybody into politics.
Okay. All right. I like that. Now let's talk about the power of the black vote. Yeah. And
So,
the strength in that.
Right.
Unity.
So, right. Most definitely. That's a good question too. I mean, good topic. Well, I didn't know early on that black people had to pay a poll tax to go
Okay.
vote, right?
Okay.
And so, but they ushered that out, and that was Miss Ruby Mosley, who was from Acres Home. She used to share a story a lot about about poll taxes and whatnot. But over like the last 30, I say 40, 30 years or whatnot, 30, 40 years, Acres Home, Fifth Ward, Third Ward, those are
Institutional
all,
influence.
those are all powerhouses of clusters of votes that would dictate races.
Yes. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, they would all come through there. So they Acres Home would be one of the last precincts that would be counted up. So that's why people always focus on the Acres Home and Fifth Ward doing their political tour to make sure they touch the voters out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also, with my agency, we service a lot of the youth in Acres Home as well. So not only do I go to church there, but I also serve in that community as well.
Well, I appreciate that because it's definitely
Yes.
needed. Yeah, definitely
Yes.
needed.
Acres Home, the fofo. It's one of the largest unincorporated black communities in the United States. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's changing now because under in certain streets were closed off, right? But when certain streets opened up, it was like a floodgates. People started seeing all this land that was undeveloped and this and that, and so now it's gentrified.
Yes. Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, I did research that it is built on land ownership and entrepreneurship, like you said. It's kind of like the Black Wall Street.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Are there any black businesses still
It is.
thriving over there?
It is, yeah,
Is
yeah.
there any you would like to name?
And I'm not getting paid for this, but Burns Barbecue, Burns Barbecue is one of the staples. Tropical Express is a good one.
Okay.
Log Cabin. Oh my goodness, yeah, Log Cabin's been there for a while. Let's see, who else that I've gone through there that I know the owners. There's another place called Jamaican Ponderosa. I've only been there a few times.
I went there.
Yeah, they're nice over there too.
Yes.
Let's see, what else is Pee Wee's. Oh my God, I forgot about Pee Wee's.
Is Esther's over there too? Is it Esther's or?
Esther's is, but it's not. It's kind of
Okay.
like on the outskirts. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I
But
got
yeah,
you.
but Esther's is on the Acres Home. Yeah, so yeah.
And the pop-up coffee shop.
My coffee shop is there. That's true. Yeah.
Yes,
And the Acres Home Barber College. Oh my God! Shout out to Miss Wagner, Dorothy Wagner, and Will, my guy. Yeah, so they really support me a lot what I do.
Yes. And speaking of you, let's talk a little bit more about you. It's
This
okay.
this seat getting a little hot now. You know.
So again, like I stated, you have a deep love and a commitment to Acres Home. You advocate for civic engagement and economic growth, and you believe in restoring community unity and strength. And I know you told me that you started out with your mom, going to these places and seeing the elderly, do what they were doing, and you kind of got, into it during that time. But what has kept you? Because let's just be honest. Sometimes it's hard to get the support that you need.
It is. It's very hard.
Sometimes it's hard to look. I don't want nobody to come poking on me after this, after I post this. But sometimes it's hard supporting us.
That's true. That is so true.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
hard. Sometimes convincing, and we're talking about Black people today. So y'all, I have time if y'all. But my point is, because it can be any race, but sometimes it's hard to convince our people to just come on, let's
come together, right?
Yeah, come
right,
on, let's
you're right,
do this.
right.
But
it's
like the crab in the bucket mentality a lot.
You know what? I was going to mention that, but I think the crab in the bucket mentality is perception, right? So, do you know what crabs what their habitat?
No, teach me.
It's usually in a bayou, freshwater type, right?
Okay.
So you won't see a crab come out of the bayou and see another crab and try to come pull them down. But that's not going to happen. But they're in the bucket and they're not in the natural habitat.
Okay.
So they're trying to survive, right?
So they're trying to survive.
Right.
Yes.
So we're not in our
Makes
natural.
sense.
We're not in our natural habitat, for lack of a better word. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing.
Okay. But why is that? Do you know why?
I couldn't tell you. It could be from the residuals of slavery passed down
yes.
through our genealogy or whatnot.
Yes. Do you think there'll ever be a time when it doesn't? I'm not gonna say that it doesn't matter, but when it's not the case to where we won't have the crab in the bucket mentality, and that we can help each other come up, and that we can protect each other, and love on each other.
It's already happening.
It's happening.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
Between you and I, we're talking, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's already happening. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
I like that.
Yeah, it's already happening. Because you're going to have your bad apples. It is what it is. So
And that's in every race.
Yeah, it happens.
It's in every race.
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean?
But you know what? And see, now I'm kind of getting off topic.
No, never. Go ahead.
It's mostly highlighted with us though. It happens in every race, but it's mostly highlighted in the Black race. Why is that?
Interesting. I
Why
don't know.
is that?
That's a good question. I stopped saying Black history because history means that it's starting and stopped. But when it's a heritage, it keeps on going.
Black heritage.
Yep.
You taught me something.
Yeah, so I'm starting using more Black heritage now instead of Black history.
heritage. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it on Instagram yesterday.
Yes, I like
Instagram was an important tool.
Yes, yes. So what do you have coming up? What tell me, do you want to share what you have going, or
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, and to get back to your question, that I didn't get a chance to really answer. I mean, I answered, but I didn't answer. But why I'm so committed to the community? To me, when you have community pride, your mindset changes.
absolutely.
And so
When you love where you're from and you embrace it,
Right.
then you act accordingly.
correct,
And
like a code of conduct in
yeah,
a sense.
absolutely. Like I can't act like this. I'm from, kind of like when we, our parents, or that's such and such's son, that's
Yep.
such and such's daughter,
Yep.
and or that's the preacher's son, and you don't act like that. You have to, you have to behave a certain way.
Right.
And so, yes, I like that.
Right. And so it kind of was more so, how can I put it to you? It was kind of more highlighted when, so the Greek organizations, right?
Okay.
You got the Alpha, Kappa, all those Divine
Okay.
Nine, right? So, but before that, you had an organization called Masons and Eastern Stars,
Okay.
right? So a lot of people look at that organization as being, devil worshiping, this and that, and that's not what it is. You have to believe in God to even get into an organization like that,
Okay.
right?
Yes, that has been a topic lately on social media.
Right. And the basis of it is faith, hope, and charity.
Okay.
Faith, hope, and charity. So how can you have faith, hope, and charity and worship the devil? They don't make any sense.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
agree.
And so
I have a lot of friends and loved ones that are a part of the Divine Nine, and some even, the East.
Eastern Stars. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that these organizations were created to help put back into the community or whatnot, So seeing that and just I just kind of figured, like, what can I do to give back? And so I got involved with, because I had a business out there as well in Acres Home. It's called Square Biz. Shout out to my guy Chris Smith and his wife Ophelia Smith. We had a shop over there, and I started going to some of the meetings. The civic, not civic club, but it's called Super Neighborhood, Acres Home Super Neighborhood. So Super Neighborhood was it's kind of like a incubator for the community to come in and sit and talk about things going in the community. It was actually orchestrated by Lee Brown. He did bring Super Neighborhood to the city. So there's 80 super neighborhoods, right?
Okay.
Out of that 80, maybe like 60 are functioning, right? And so when you go to your super neighborhood meeting, you have your presidents, you have your civic clubs, they all come in, they talk about what's going on. And so the president of super neighborhood goes to the city and voices what's going on in the community and whatnot. So I started going there. I got elected as the vice president. I sat 2 terms. After that, I was still around the community and whatnot. And so, but in my first term, I came up with the Acres Home tree lighting.
Yes.
And how I came up with that was, it was brief, man. I was having a conversation with a young lady. Excuse me. So she said, I had called her the day before, but she called back the next day, said, "Hey, Robin, I apologize. I was at a tree lighting in the Galleria." I said, "Tree lighting?" And everything after that she started saying was, well, I didn't even hear what she was saying. I just, tree lighting just jumped out to me, right?
Yes.
I said, "Hey, let me call you back," right? So I called one of my mentors up. His name was Alan Parker, and God rest his soul, good guy. I said, "Mr. Parker, has Acres Home ever had a tree lighting before?" He said, "No." I said, "You know what? I'm going to do one," right? And it was 2 weeks before Christmas.
Wow. And you pulled it off.
Pulled it off. We had the first one happened in 2012. We had about, I think, like 5 kids.
Yes.
But it's still, we got it started, right?
That's it.
And so that following year, I said, "Okay, God, I want to have, I need a bigger tree." And so we found a sponsor. Her name was Helena Brown. She sat at City Council, District A. Shout out to Helena, man, good friend of mine. Found me a 20-foot tree,
Yes.
artificial, and we didn't look back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And so
awesome.
at first, we was it was a thing to kind of like say, it was to help to promote community pride, and but now it's kind of turning into an economic development project because I don't want to have to be giving out toys to to the kids 10 years from now. I don't want to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because if so, I'm enabling. You know what I
like
mean?
that.
And so, but now,
If I'm not mistaken, this last time, or was it the year before, I think I reached out to you and you told me something similar.
Yeah. So I'm still at it. I hadn't changed. You know what I mean? So, but no, I definitely want to have it to where we can have more businesses come in instead of being one day. I want it to be the whole month of December where every weekend something's going on.
Yes.
So that's
and
how I
just have
see it
different
going.
sponsors. Yes.
Yep, that's my
and
plan.
so, what is the goal for this? Like you say, it's not to hand out toys, but what is the goal that you want the people of Acres Home and the surrounding communities to know when they come to this? What is it that we're trying to teach them?
It's like I say, it's community pride,
Okay.
and getting it back to where it was before,
Okay.
and how I saw it was an economic development project. And Alan Parker, he told me, he said, "Man, you sitting on a gold mine, I don't even know it." Because I was still really, I want to give back, want to give back, want to give back. But I went to Natchitoches, Louisiana. You ever heard of Natchitoches?
I graduated from Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
So you know about the lights they do every year from
Yes.
like I guess after Thanksgiving up.
Yep.
So I'm like, wait a minute. So if little Natchitoches can do it,
Yes. And
as the
it
history,
brings millions of people
it
out.
means people.
Yes.
You know,
And it's so beautiful.
It's nice, and I
Yes.
didn't
In a
know.
small town.
Small town.
Yes.
So Acres Home really is a small town. It has a lot. It has a huge history. So I was like, you know what, we can do the same thing. So
I like
that's
that.
how I see it going.
Yes, I like that. And it just be a place where people can come and connect and different businesses, like people set up tables and things of that nature and tents and kind of like a little festival almost.
That's right. That's right. Even with the lights and everything, I see it all. And we have instead of it have like a drive-through where people can go through and they can vote for which part of the community looks the best or whatnot.
I
You know,
like
so
that. I like that. That's awesome.
that's why I see
Yeah.
it going.
Yes. What do you need in order to make that happen from us, the community?
Support. We need support. We need sponsors. All that because I would love to go out and decorate the whole community. I would, but I don't have the capacity to do that right now. You know what I mean? And so we can get sponsors to get on and start donating lights. And I want to get so now 20-foot to me is now small. I want a 100-foot tree now. You know what I mean? So yeah, get a 100-foot tree, and that's going to bring everybody in and whatnot. So
the power we inherited. What's next? Educating the next generation.
Oh, wow. Wow.
About civic responsibility. Protecting the legacy built by past leaders. Strengthening unified political participation. That's a big one right there.
It's real big.
Building sustainable economic and community growth. How can we do those? What do we need to do?
Those are great questions. So educating to me is kind of what we're doing right now. We're talking about people that came before us and whatnot, right? And since some of our leaders are passed on, you have to figure out where you want to sit in, like, because some of these seats got to get filled.
Yes.
Some of this energy has to be the baton got to be passed on. Who's going to pick up and run with it?
Is there a reason why? And I know there is. I want you to answer it though, if you can.
Okay.
Is there a reason why we don't see a lot of young Black individuals, lined up to learn and to be in position? And a lot of these seats is the same people, man. It's the same people that's been holding on to this seat.
And that's a great question. So,
how can they learn if?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you why. So when I ran for office the first time in 2019, I did a grassroots campaign, right? So I knocked on doors. And what I was seeing, even before then, I noticed there was a disconnect between the baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z, Y, Z, whatever it is, right? There's not a lot of this going on anymore. And so when the communication breaks down, when communication breaks down, that's when you start seeing, okay, but then when it does happen, the baby boomers don't want to let go. And the babies don't want to let go. And then the Generation X, we're in between. We're that incubator, that conduit between millennials and boomers. So the millennials, kind of, to me, from my perspective, I'm not trying to talk about anybody, all right? But from what I say, it looks like the millennials don't want to, quote unquote, wait their turn. They say, hey, I want it now, and that's fine. Yeah. But what happens is you kind of miss steps in between. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Because life is a big chess game to me. You know what I mean? And so you have to move strategically in a sense. So I think that's what's happening. Is that there's not a lot of not mentoring going on lately. You know what I mean? And so that's what's happening too. Why most youngsters want to get in, because you know what? They don't want to teach me anyway, so I just go off and just learn on my own. Yes. So they just saying, screw the kiss the ring mentality.
Do you think sometimes they may be unteachable too? With the mentality they have? Microwave mentality?
Yeah, it's microwave.
It's
yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
it's hard.
I want it right now. Results,
and not just with our race, all of them across the board.
Yeah, across the board it is. You know what I mean? And I respect it. It is what it is. But it's just you see where it gets you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
absolutely. So in closing, what's something that you want us to know and want to leave the people with?
Wow. What I want to leave people with. I think from what we started with, unity. We can do more together than we can apart. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? Even I don't care what you look like, what your creed, whatever. We all have a commonality. You know what I mean? Once find that commonality is unity.
Yes. Yes. And we're standing on their shoulders. They built it, and now we have to steward it well.
That's right.
Yeah. That's good. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
So in honor of Black Heritage Month, there you have it. All about Houston, all about Mr. Robin J. Anderson.
Wow, I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, guys.
Wait, you know what? Let me get my social media links if you don't mind. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it's fancy in here, y'all. So either way, hey, y'all make sure and go to YouTube. It's Politically Street, TICALLY, Politically Street. That's my podcast. I interview business owners, community leaders, and elected officials. Also, I have a website called politicstreet.com. You can go in there, you can see all my merchandise and things like that. I'm on Instagram at Politically Street. TikTok, I have 2 accounts, but I forgot the password to Politically Street. So on TikTok, I'm just Robin, ROBIN J Anderson. You'll see my clips on there. So I'm on Spotify as well. So y'all go check me out and support me. I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Robin J. Anderson, guys. Check him out. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.